Welcome back to the BAQE channel. Founder and owner Quintin Croft here, and today we're going to be talking all about the brand new BAQE Bistro eye palette. So excited to show you guys what's inside and how we're going to be using it. We will show you two different eye looks in this video, so stay tuned and grab your palette. Can we just get a round of applause for how stunning these colors are? You have 6 matte coffee shades, all with different coffee names, as well as 6 different metallics, shimmers, and glitters. So today we're going to show you a really glam eye on one of our eyes, and then something easy that you could put together in 5 minutes. In fact, I did it in my car the other day. And if you use it, please tag us so we can share you on our social media accounts. Let's get started. Make sure that you prep and prime your eye with your favorite eye primer. I am using our current eye primer, the hyaluronic acid eye primer. Make sure when you use an eye primer that you always allow it to dry completely before going in with your shadows for maximum blendability and pigment take. All right, we are going to start with a super glam eye. This is gonna be great for holidays. This is great just if you are a little bit extra like me, or if you want to have something in your arsenal for date night, girls' night out, Vegas, whatever, we've got you. We are going to start by grabbing this nice warm tan called Latte. I love this shade because it's a natural shade, so this is great for your transition area. Just put on a little bit of eyeshadow on the brush, tap off the extra, and go in. One thing I want to point out is when I do my eyeshadow, whatever step I've done over here, I will always immediately do on the other eye, and that's so that I can make sure that they match. Sometimes it's really hard to remember the exact shape or where to place your brush if you do one whole eye and then the other whole eye, and then they look a little off. So practice doing the same move at this, like one right after the other. Okay, now that I have that blended out how I want it, I'm gonna grab a little bit of this slightly deeper brown cappuccino. Very flattering on most skin types, and I'm going in with a more tapered brush. And I'm still gonna use that kind of windshield wiper motion. Remember, you can always add more, but you can't really take away once it's on there. So make sure that you are tapping the extra off your brush, and make sure that you don't go in with like too much. Just a couple taps. They're super pigmented. You do not need to like dig in there. Next, we're gonna deepen up the outer corner, and one of my favorite ways to do this is actually with the cool tone brown. This is French Roast. It is the perfect cool tone chocolatey brown, and we are just going to start by pressing this on the outer corner in the shape of like a boomerang or a 7 if you're wanting lift. If you find that your eye, your orbital bone, your eye area likes a more curved shadow, then make it more of an arc. If you, like me, have really sharp high cheekbones, or you want that look and you want that lift, then you want to make sure that you are using more of like a number 7 or a boomerang or less than greater than sign, whatever visual helps you imagine that, that's what you want to be doing. The great thing about this is you could add on affogato all over the lid and have a beautifully matte everyday eye, throw on your mascara and go. But we're doing glam, so we're gonna darken it up even a little bit more. A little bit of espresso with French Roast. So I'm tapping back and forth, tapping, especially with black, the extra, and we're just going to deepen it up just a titch more. Now I'm gonna take another small crease blending brush and grab a little bit of cappuccino to blend inwards here toward the center of the lid. So you'll notice the strokes that I'm making are short and taking the French Roast and blending it towards the center. Don't worry about any extra lines. We're about to cover that up with shadow. Just make sure that this area now has a bit of a transitional area, if you will. Okay, one of my favorite tools is actually your fingers. I'm going to grab the Metallic Allure, which is just this beautiful champagne metallic. That is going to get you the perfect pack of metallic color. You can wet your brush and have it be a more liquid eyeshadow effect, or you can use a brush if you want a less intense metallic. I like to do that for a quick wash. I'll use a blending brush in the metallic for just a little extra on the lid, but not a lot. The finger though, that's my favorite way to apply metallic shadow. Now, to give us an edge, we're gonna take a little bit of Allure on a flat brush, just to make sure that we have a nice clean edge right here. This next part is one of my favorite parts. Every time I do this, someone stops me to tell me how much they love it. We're gonna take some lash glue, whatever brand you use is fine, just make sure it's clear. We're going to use a tiny brush. And if you have a hooded eyelid, do this right above your crease. And then immediately take the brush and dip it in Glamour, which is the most beautiful pressed glitter. It is so pretty, and guess what? Just like your arts and crafts project as a kid where you would put glue down and then put glitter on top of it and then it wouldn't move, it just became like a glitter glue. This is essentially the same thing. Lash glue is eye safe and it peels right off. And now we have this fun little surprise in our eyes. Like, you can see it when my eyes open and you can really see it when I blink. Super fun, really quick and easy to do, just go slow. Next, we're going to add on an inner corner and under eyebrow highlight. Opulent is the most beautiful pearly shade. It's not too pale though, so this will work on a multitude of skin tones and it would be a beautiful lid color as well. We're gonna place that under our eyebrow, right on the inner corner. Again, you could stop here and add on your lashes, but what we're gonna do is add on liner. And I'm gonna show you how you can get eyeliner out of just your palette. For this, you're gonna need your favorite setting spray. I recommend not a mattifying setting spray. I recommend a mixing spray or mixing medium or a priming spray. Those are all going to be great options. Rose water is great as well. Regular water works fine. However, I do believe over the years that a good setting spray is gonna be your best bet as a mixing medium for eyeliner. And create just a little wet spot. It's not gonna ruin your eyeshadow, I promise. So mix it up, get it all over your brush, and make sure it isn't too wet when you go in. If you haven't followed one of my eyeliner tutorials for you, let me blow your mind. So we are going to start with our eye slightly open. It gives you more control over getting it right next to your lash line. And we're gonna work towards the short end of an angled brush. Angled brushes are very user-friendly. So if you are a beginner, definitely get an angled brush. We start it right about the end of the iris, so about 3/4 of the way through the eye. Then we're going to draw our angle out. Then we will draw the top of the triangle back in and color in any holes. And I like to take a little bit at a time so that I don't feel overwhelmed. But because this is a matte black eyeshadow, it looks stunning as a really awesome winged liner. One thing I love to do with my eyeliner is come up underneath the lash line just to get that waterline. And as you saw, I kept my eye open and I'm looking in the mirror. You can look away from where your brush is. I've been doing this for so long that it doesn't bug me to look right at it. This will give you a nice base for your lashes. All right, we're gonna do the undersmoke and then add on mascara. I'm going to take a little bit of cappuccino and latte mixed together on a little teeny smudgy brush. And we're gonna come right into our lash line. But now I'm gonna grab a little bit of cappuccino and a little bit of French roast. And I'm gonna keep it even closer in my lash line. This is gonna add more definition to your eye look and look more cohesive instead of just having eyeshadow up top. And now I'm gonna throw on my favorite mascara, the BAQE mascara, and then we'll do the other eye. I mean, is that not gorgeous? Who's gonna wear this to their holiday parties this year? Who's gonna wear this every day this year? But seriously, love a little glitter moment. You can do the glitter as liner down here. You can do it all over the lid. There are many things that you can do with glitter. Always make sure there's something underneath for it to stick to so it doesn't get everywhere. Next, I'm gonna show you my personal favorite quick go-to eye, especially for fall and winter. It's a beautiful smoky eye that is literally the perfect everyday eye as well. We are going to start with Magic. So we're gonna take it on our finger just like we did with Allure on the other eye, and we are going to go all over our lid. It's okay if you're a little bit sloppy, not a big deal. It's just, even by itself, so stunning. Next, we're gonna take a little bit of cappuccino on a nice blending crease brush and just blend that out. Windshield wiper back and forth. If you ever find that you're pressing too hard and your eyeshadow looks chalky, back your hand up. Just back it up. Let the brush do the work. How simple is that? Stunning. You could add a little bit of French roast if you want to. You do not have to. Just like right on this outer edge if you want to. Again, you do not have to. Then we are gonna add a little bit of undersmoke under the eye. I'm gonna mix cappuccino and French roast for this. Using the same color, Opulent, we are going to go on the inner corner again and under the eyebrow. And this time I'm gonna take my finger and a little bit of Affogato and blend the edge between here and here. All right, we're gonna throw on our mascara, but if you're like me, you can totally throw on eyeliner on this as well. And there you have it. 2 different eye looks, same palette, so many options. You could do this same thing but lighter with Allure and Latte. You could do it even lighter with Opulent and Latte mixed with Affogato. You could do this with Mirage all over the lid, which is iridescent. And I would put with Mirage, I don't know, maybe Cascara, because Cascara has that red tone to it. So there's so many things that you could do with this palette. I can't wait to see what you think of. But guess what? This tutorial is not over yet. Did you really think this tutorial was over? Let me show you what else you can use this palette for. I'm sure you've already noticed, you can use it to fill in your brows. Listen, you can absolutely create just about any brow with these matte shadows. So let me show you quickly how I do mine. I have dark brown hair with blonde highlights. So what I do is I actually tap back and forth between espresso and French roast. Tap off any extra because you really don't want to get these all over your face. I block out my brow like this. I do a little stencil around the edge. Then I'm gonna comb it through. And this is already gonna move that pigment around into the brows so you have less filling in to do. Then I'll take a little bit more, tapping back and forth. The reason being that you don't have one hair color in your hair, right? So why would you only have one color in your brows? I follow my natural brow shape and fill it in. Your brows are shaped like your brow bone right there. So you want to follow that shape. But the great thing about using matte eyeshadows or powders to fill in your brow is you have a lot of control with how intense they are. Now the next step is actually the same mascara that I have on my eyelashes, the BAQE mascara, over the top to hold that brow in place. And then I'll take my spoolie, comb it through, and fix any little spots that need to be fixed. And there you go. Now you have eyebrows. You seriously didn't think I was done again, did you? I'm gonna show you one other thing that you can do with this palette. You can use it as contour. We have a cool tone brown right here. You have a little bit of lightener that you can use to light it up, a little bit of tan if you want to add warmth. But contour is supposed to be cool. I'm gonna add just a little bit to right under my cheekbone. And then we're gonna come around into the hairline just to add a little bit of contour, guys. So simple. You just need your favorite shadow. This is one of my favorite contour spots because it gives the lips extra pout. It adds a little bit of fullness to the lip without having to do crazy overlining, contour hacking. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, comment below which colors are your favorite colors, and head to our website to grab the BAQE Bistro palette. Stay fierce and have a great day.